And we're back, guys. Back in Champ Select. Going into the second game, Bind. Lancer Gaming's map pick. How do you guys think this is going to go going into the second game?
Well, we didn't expect to be in the next game so early, if we're honest. I'm looking for Lambton to step it up. I want a competitive game. I want the Lancer Gaming boys to struggle a little. What do you guys think?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that, it might help Lambton here if they just go in, like, maybe a more orthodox team comp. They tried out a double sentinel and it just seemed like they just couldn't, almost in a sense, make it work. Maybe try something out, a little bit more orthodox or just something that they're better, like, they're more conversed with. So, we'll
Yeah,
see how this goes into it, especially with Lancer whipping out the double controller.
yeah. Honestly, I think it could have worked. I don't think they were playing to their strengths. I think they should have gone for a lot more map control than their 5 hits. Because Sentinels don't really help at all in these 5 hits. They're just one extra gun. And on defense, I think they should be spreading out their Sentinels instead of playing them both on the same site. I think the comp works out in theory. I just don't think that they were playing it correctly.
Yeah, and that's enough about last game. What about this game? Now they got, looks like double Senti again, so looks like they're just playing to their strengths. Oh nope, he ends up going Sova.
So a double initiator from Lambton. So, you see here with a double initiator, you have a better retake, you have a better sight take. So hopefully, in theory, they're going to practice that in game. They're going to use that to their advantage. But I mean, we saw last game with the double sentinel. I mean,
I'm okay. I think this team comp looks a little better than their last. The only thing is maybe they have special plays cooked for the double controller, right? So double initiator works really well. In this scenario, shooting through walls, getting the scan. I'm not really sure how good Sova is on this map, but maybe you guys could let me know.
Well, if I'm going to be real honest, I would actually have preferred them to swap the comps that they played Lotus and Bind because I feel like information from these initiators is a little bit less valuable on Bind with their teleporters, but on a 3-site map, I feel like they could have benefited a lot more from the information provided by Double Initiator.
Yeah, and we've seen Sky almost being played on Bind since the start of the Sky, right? Like since Sky was introduced into the game.
Yeah.
So it's always been a map where you use an initiator that doesn't really get you too much info, but just gets you like an understanding of where they could be.
yeah. And here, we're seeing start out with a 4-man B from Lancer with that Viper lurk towards A. And that Viper wall on A, that's the orthodox Viper wall. I like it so far, and they're looking to scale it A long.
Yeah,
Oh.
and we see no Sky Flash from Lambton College, so they didn't know about these players walking up on them.
Yeah.
Great from Lancer Gaming to pounce on them. Here comes the nade, backside, and the dog.
Looks like they have sight clear. I don't think they're aware of the elbow player yet, but
Looks like they almost forgot about bomb, and here we're seeing 3v4. We'll see how well they can hold us down, especially for this retake.
they almost
Yeah, and it
pulled
looks
the-
like Raze is gonna stay even with the trips and cam up, so they're a little late to this retake, but Sova's gonna start retaking on his own. Danny with the shots, they come out. Don't look through gate, but Kaz will clean him up.
I think
What do they know about this Cypher?
Yeah, Lambton Game need to find some isolated fights here if they want to stand a chance at retaking this site. Time's ticking down though.
And it looks like Lancer Gaming set themselves up for post, so this looks a little too hard for Lancer Gaming, and there goes Alv gets his. And the double peak comes out from Lancer Gaming.
I think that that round started off really badly from Lambton Gaming, not getting any sort of information out their 2 initiators. It makes you wonder why they picked this comp if they're not going to play to its strengths again.
Yeah,
100%.
and we see that Sky Flash come out all the time, right? In other games, and it's just a very default flash. So you do question why Lambton didn't do it.
Yeah, and I really like a lot how Lancer, kind of took that round and they went with it. They saw that, hey, there's no Sky Flash B long. Let's just take B long, and they got that pick and they flattened out sight. They took it, did the post plan. That round was theirs from the start.
Yeah, and it looks like Lancer Gaming are gonna do it again. They take B long, they start dogging in. Oh, he does get dinked from the
Huge
brim.
chip damage on Luke. You see Luke off duelist again this game. you think that's a coach's decision, or do you think that's more of a team decision together? Subbing
You know,
in,
coach was really stern on him. IGL and Duelist is a very hard role, so it's good that he's listening to his coaches. It looks like Lancer Gaming are gonna take the TP, but the Raze is close here. Will they clear him out?
not
No, they
clear.
don't, and Luke dies to it.
Yeah, Luke, the smokes player, entering before the duelist.
It must be a bad habit from his Duelist days.
Looks like he doesn't have enough practice on smokes yet.
Viper looking to walk into Lamps with her knife out. See, and I like this play a lot from Lambton. You know, they saw, hey, you know, they're not on site. Let's just anchor. But I mean, they're still at gun disadvantage. They're still, you know, they just can't win there once. So Lancer 3v1 post plant. They know where Sky is. I mean, not a whole lot you can do. 20
Really
And he got
hard
2
round.
kills. Too hard for Sky, it looks like. Already low HP.
And sat
And Owl
down.
cleanses him up. I like that. I like that out of Lancer Gaming. The TPs, you could argue they could use some util to clear out those close corner showers, but they end up getting the trade and it works out for them.
Yes, but Lambton, honestly, I mean, I like that from them too. You know, that they anchored. You know, they played to their strengths. You know, so far we haven't seen a whole lot of it out of Lambton, but they said, hey, you know, we have we don't have the gun advantage. We have these close range guns. Let's play these close range spots, and that's what they did. You know, we saw it in Lamps. Cypher got that kill, and I mean, you saw it in Showers as well. Raze got the kill with the classic. So
Absolutely.
I think apart from individual mistakes as towards the mid round, I think they're playing this map out pretty intelligently with their default and their post plant. You know, like they're getting sight and then they're dropping their important utility players back while the duelist fights off all the util.
yeah, and here we're seeing execute on A from Lancer Gaming with the strong side Showers, and Raze finding one in short, but immediately getting traded by Cypher.
It was a very weak clear from Viper. Got punished for it immediately.
Yeah, that was Kai with that weak clear. Here we go, Luke on the post plant. Smokes in the middle. 3v2. Both teams have guns.
A little bit of an over peak from Raze.
Sova finding one. See, this is still good for Lancer regardless. You know, it was Lambton's buy round, and it's still, you know, somehow they're found in a 2v2 regardless, even though it was their buy round.
Yeah, but not over yet. Here goes Sky going into U-Haul. She will see the Cypher. Alv in the clutch, 1v1.
He doesn't know the molly didn't hit.
Oh, Sova gets half.
Sova's second guess.
Come on, man. Pros never fake, guys. Come on.
Sova had that in the bag, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I imagine the calm came out from Lancer. You know, hey, I brim mollied it. That's got to be a fake. The brim molly did miss. He could have stuck that, secured the round. That second guess of that, I mean, that's where it gets you.
Yeah. He's probably really kicking himself going into the next round off that mistake.
100%, 100%. You know, here, I mean, you see, I mean, that was their buy round. You know, they lost it, so I mean, hopefully they can do something with this. You know, you still have that double initiator. I mean, it doesn't hurt. You know, take some space, contest some space, make this harder for Lancer, because Lancers, I mean, they're just walking up.
Yeah, it looks
know-
like Sky's gonna peek out a hookah here. Is she gonna spot the Cypher?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't.
This Sky needs to be using her util a little bit early to try and suss out where, if anyone's close. She's not getting enough information for her team at this point.
And he ults in, but he will get traded out by the judge of the Sova, actually.
Yeah, really good scaling as a team together. It looks like they're trying to take CT.
Oh, this is an aggressive call from Luke. Is this necessary, though?
Almost makes you wonder, you know, did the coach tell him before the game, hey, you know, we have guns. Let's not push out.
Who knows?
It looks like it might be a coach's error here.
Coaching
Coach
dip,
is not
maybe.
doing his job, apparently. Sometimes, you know, the coach get outcalled by the IGO himself, so
Yeah.
maybe that's one of those moments, guys.
Yeah, so how do you feel about that play, coach? Do you think he's going to go into next round thinking he did the right thing?
Absolutely. Knowing Luke, you know, when does he think he's wrong?
See, but at a certain point, you know, it makes you wonder, when does the coach step in and say, hey, you know, that was a bad decision, you know, maybe he, you know,
Oh,
Just
Bobby,
makes you
let me
think.
tell you, Bobby.
Yeah,
Coach
that-
steps in all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes the players have egos you can't control. Nothing you can do.
see, and here, you know, we're seeing enough, you know, here's Lambton's second buy round, so hopefully they can do something with this. I mean, you know, they lose this round, I mean, at that point, the half secured for Lancer. You know, Lancer, regardless, if they win this round, they will come up.
So we did see the Sky Flash come out this round. looks like they're gonna take a different approach, Lambton College, and I actually really like it with the Sova ult.
I don't
Looks
know.
like they didn't actually end up getting value off of it, but I think the idea was right to be more proactive. And there he goes. Sova actually gets the kill onto Kaz.
I'm not sure I actually agree with you. I don't think I like that so ball. We've only had a lurk so far, Hookah, and it doesn't go out early, so
But I think they did it off a dart and a flash towards B, right? So that's why I think it was a strong ult. He just didn't get his value out
Ray's
of it.
in a very good spot here.
I think they
Yeah.
could have made an educated guess that our default is towards long and use that ult more effectively in the long choke.
We'll have to see what Race does here. Lancer has no idea.
Will Race trigger discipline? He doesn't, but he does get out
Raze
two.
gets 2. Looking for more.
Eating
Gets
up a
his
little
third.
bit. It's a big moment for Lambton.
Oh,
No,
and he'll
he does
die
not
out
get
to
the
Kai.
Yes, but a big round win goes a long way in terms of mental.
I think
now
that
is
was a great round from Lambton College. They took a lot of space everywhere, and I know you disagree with the Silver Wall, but it gave that Raze room to work up towards A, right?
That is true.
And it created space for them to do, and Rancher Gaming weren't aware of it.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, this is what we've seen from Lambton. You know, maybe at the beginning they're not thinking. You know, they're asleep. And here, I mean, we saw a very proactive round out of Lambton, and it worked out for them. You see, you know, Sova ult outside. You know, going through hookah, clearing all that. You see a Raze pushed up showers. I mean, it makes you wonder. I mean, last game, Lambton did bring it back. I mean, let's see. I mean, maybe they can do it again.
Yeah, and we don't see that same 6-0 scoreline, right? So the game's still in reach for Lambton Gaming. Let's see how Lancer Gaming reacts though after a round loss. So it looks like they're gonna go to their B hits though, the B default.
Ray's going a little bit slower this time, not following the dog. You think they're playing this round as a fake towards A, or
A fake towards B,
or sorry,
maybe,
a
right?
a fake end A?
Yeah, and they end up punishing the Rays that pushes out. So looks like they did adapt to what Lambton did last round.
It's a very good call from the IGL. I mean, honestly, I mean, that coach must be doing a lot of good stuff for them to be able to recognize that.
Oh, and they're gonna decide to end A, which is an interesting call.
A little bit greedy from the Cypher to continue pushing after the first two.
But look
And-
at that fake. They got him off site. Let's see if Lancer's fast enough to get out of the short. Execute on
Both
that
Brims have
fake.
ult here. Let's see if they use them.
Looks like Luke's aware of it. Does not decide to use it. I actually do like their chances going into this post plant. They still have Brimalt, Molly, and it looks like Viper does not have any more util. Low on gas.
See how Viper plays out this round, because it's really important that you stay alive with this Brimalt and the Viper stays up to help you.
Oh,
Viper finds one.
it's traded
Finds
out.
a
Viper
second
finds
one.
two.
Does not find the third, but Molly's coming in. Damaged
And
by his
Viper
own
did
ult.
more than enough, and it looks like this is too hard from...
Oh,
Brim may
Molly
get it.
does come in time.
And you know what, guys? Luke is really lucky that Brim is low, because that Molly was taking too long.
Yeah.
See, it makes you wonder if that Brim had not taken all that damage from his ult. I think, honestly, there was definitely a timing there. Brim could have found, if he didn't take that damage and he got on bomb, he definitely could have won that.
There could have been, but then we also see Luke with the ult, right? So maybe if the timings were a little different, Luke would play it different. That was a good effort though, and this game is looking a lot more closer than the Lotus game.
But you do see a little bit of his inexperience on Brim. Most Brims would ult before the Molly lands because of that long timer it takes for that lineup to land.
Absolutely.
It gives them enough time to get half.
And it looks like Lancer Gaming are gonna push up B long again, but it's the same fake they did last round. And they're gonna go back towards Hookah, but they're running into a 2-stack into Hookah. So Lambton College didn't fall for this. They're gonna keep the B stacked.
Sova a little bit preemptively throwing that dart.
And he'll get spotted out with a judge, right? Great trades from Lancer Gaming. They'll take that any day of the week.
See, and with those raised nade nerfs, I think Sova could have survived in Nuka. But I mean,
think
he
so,
still,
too.
He let the pressure get to him. He pushed out. He died. I mean, in here, I mean, they're.
And here you
not
go.
looking good for
Cypher gets the A site for them, and they go towards A. Looks like a pretty clean round from Lancer Gaming.
Cypher in heaven. I mean, it's a 4v2 anyways, but I mean, we'll see how we
Very
can.
good positioning.
And they're gonna give the bomb to Sky to get his ult up. Luke's still gonna stay towards B and lurk around, but the Cypher ends up TPing.
One enemy remaining.
The Sky getting caught out?
Found you.
Yeah, he didn't see the guy coming from heaven. Why is Luke so slow on that B site? Wow, could critique him for that, right, guys?
Yeah, definitely something the coach should speak to him on a later date. I mean, maybe there was a brim ult. I'm not exactly sure the reach of it. Maybe he thought, hey, you know, I could brim ult bomb and I could still wrap CT. Maybe there was a timing there he thought of. But I mean,
Yeah,
in
or
my
he's just
opinion,
looking for his kills. That duelist nature that he has in him, can't
that
get
is
it out of
true.
him.
That is true.
Definitely gonna
But
hear
I
about
mean-
this one in VOD review.
But I mean, especially in that 4v2, I think that he definitely should have been with the team. In a sense, you know, the 4v2, it's one of those where it's like you want to conserve your utility. You know, you want to see how much you can do because you already have that number, so you don't need to use the ult. But
Absolutely. And Lambton are actually ecoed here, and I like what they did last time they were ecoed, where they stacked B, but this time they go towards the A site. I think they're getting outplayed here a little with the TPs and the calls. Because that Cypher's getting his value, and they're not really getting anything in return.
I think it speaks to their inexperience on this map for being Lancer Gaming map pick. We're
See,
definitely
another thing is that Cypher pick out at the very beginning, especially with Lancer's Cypher ult, that really, I mean, that made this round so detrimental for Lambton because, you know, you saw a Cypher dry peek out of hookah while, you know, Lancer had that Cypher ult. They saw, hey, there's only a couple here on the site, let's just go. And I mean, you see how, you know, 5v2 retake.
Absolutely. And we saw that one round out of Lambton College was an individual star round from their race. So they really got to start working together more, and they can get a couple rounds under their belt.
I feel like if their plan is to punish the Cypher lurk, they definitely should be putting more than one player on an eco to punish that, especially knowing that Cypher has all. Really damages their chances of winning the round once the
Yeah.
Cypher ult comes up.
And we've seen this Sky push Yuka as well solo, so it would be nice to see them do it together. 7-1 here
Stack A from Lambton.
on their bye round, so let's see how it goes. Looks like Lancer Gaming already have the read. But will
Cypher hearing them. Let's see, the calm goes out. Lancer moving out towards long. They should be taking sight.
oh, when they don't clear the corner, and Alv gets his too. Will he get traded out though?
So coming up
Surely the
long.
Sova does not see him. The Sova
Cypher
ignored
getting
him.
3.
3 out of 5.
Cypher looking for his 4th. Does not know where the Sky is. You know, here in your head as a Sky, you gotta think, hey, I need to save. Just run away. You just gotta run away.
And you know what? I can condemn a really good, strong mentality from Lambton Gaming because they all think they can get their ones and they can 1v5, right? You gotta respect that kind of mentality.
I think
100%, 100%.
If I'm gonna be honest, I think that was a little greedy from Alv staying past the first 2 kills. He did have his cages up. I feel like an exit towards hookah to get back towards your players and become tradable would have been a better option.
Yeah, definitely seems like sub behavior to me. I think he should definitely be put on the bench for that. But no, I think honestly Lambton definitely needs to. They need to go back to, you know, like what I spoke about. You know, they need to go back to being proactive if they want to get these rounds.
Yeah, and we see the A fight, short fight coming out. And Lancer Gaming back on top. Lambton Gaming back with a 2v4.
Alarm bot will clear the player playing New Hall. They know about him, they just have to find this guy.
And will Kai push him from behind, or is he unaware of him? Oh, there he goes. Now he knows.
Looks like Sova is unaware. Good job on Kai to find that kill.
See,
And
that's
here we
very
go
interesting to me from Lancer. You know, not clearing lamps there. I mean, it's like you got to think they were both in lamps, but there was definitely some more potential. So I think it's definitely something. If Lambton would have known, you know, hey, they're not clearing lamps as heavy, they definitely could have done more with that.
Absolutely. And I do. You guys will notice this pattern of the initiators having so much util towards the end of the rounds. And you gotta question Lambton Gaming for that because double initiator not taking the control early leaves you wondering what their goal is in these rounds, right?
On
Definitely.
defense, they're like Initiator as a role is... Oh, sorry. Gotta cut to Sova doing the ult yet again. Looks like
Let's
that's
see
what
how
he's
it goes
playing
this
for.
time.
Oh, I think he hears the A pressure from his raise, so... Will he find anyone? Finds the Brim, goes for the second tag. Does not get more than that first tag.
And Duke actually gets at one with his ult, and Alv again with the pick towards showers.
I don't think they're aware of this Cypher, or this Viper pushing towards CT. They got the smoke down, now they're aware of it, but... No, I smoked a little too soon. Guy definitely feeling himself after that one.
See, this is, I mean, it almost makes me sad in a sense. You know, you see Lambton, they're making these team comp choices, and I mean, honestly, in my opinion, that they're lacking in utilizing their team comp to the like its capabilities. You have two initiators on defense. You know, either you have to take the space or you have to give up the space and then play that retake, and they're just, I mean, they just can't seem to do that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, it
actually...
doesn't seem like they're doing either one, so...
Yeah, that's what I was going to touch on last round. I don't think initiators have a lot of holding power. They're better at info and pushing forward. So if you don't take space with them, they're going to have a lot less value at the end of the round.
Pushing out Amy, that was a beautiful sky dog from Lancer's Sky.
Bit of an interesting attempt, the whole snail trail of brim smokes, but
Yeah, and with no initiator once again, so just very questionable for Lambton Gaming.
I feel like they need to coordinate their pushes with the sky.
For the Sova, right? Either work. It's just nothing that they're doing together.
And we see this Cypher pushing out to CT from Lancer. I mean, very questionable play in my opinion. I mean, it's a 4v2. You could definitely give up that pick, you know. I know it is 1 to 10, but I mean, you know, you never know.
Yep.
So we just spot the Sky getting caught out. I mean, it's a 1v4. Not a whole lot you can do here. Not a whole lot of time left.
Unless they can do a timeout and really talk about how they're gonna change their play going forward to the next half. Looks like.
And you know, if we want to be critical of Lancer Gaming, regardless of the scoreline, their discipline is not intact.
No, not this game.
They're not
definitely.
very disciplined at all. Well, even on Lotus, we saw a little bit of undisciplined plays.
Yeah, I think the score line is feeding into their confidence, and I really hope it doesn't affect them going into game 2, or game 2 of the group stages.
See, that really makes me questionable. I mean, I don't know. For me, it makes me a bit worried. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, you're seeing how much their mentality is shaped by the rounds that they played. You know, hey, I mean, we're up a couple of rounds, so we can do this. That makes you think, how are they gonna feel whenever maybe they're down a couple of rounds?
Exactly, and you know, I think having a good mental attitude is part of this game. And losing, it takes one round, right? All it does is take one round to change the game.
I think Bobby actually touched on it perfectly. I think he has the read correctly, and Lancer Gaming does depend on performance to increase their mental.
Here they go, Lambton with a B push, kind of similar to Lancer Gaming's, but Kaz will find the first kill. But will they be aware of this hookah push?
Free hookah tag.
Yeah, I like how the A players aren't rotating off yet, not understanding this map and how quick the rotates are, you know?
Oh, and Kaz will get caught out, and emotional damage will pick up 2 kills, so there goes the B-hold for Lancer Gaming. And let's see how this retake comes out.
It's very interesting. It almost makes me wonder if Lancer maybe practiced, you know, in their practice, like, hey, they're executing B, and the call was to anchor A. So, I mean, very interesting play.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Luke's inexperience on the smokes, because we only see the one smoke to scale out. But what about hookah?
Yeah.
You know what? Great round from emotional damage. He took out Lancer Gaming by himself. Those 2 kills were great.
I really hope that Luke did not have both smokes, or he will hear about that in VOD review.
Seems like he only has 1 smoke left. But, you know, see, this is a part of me. I want to have hope for Lambton. You know, they won that round. It was a good round. But it just seems like they don't seem to understand in a sense of what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. You know, in those rounds that they're doing stuff right and they're winning, it's you know, they just can't seem to replicate that. You know, they can't seem to snowball off that.
Yeah, it
Well,
looks-
and we see it again, right? The second round of win is off another raised 3K. So
yeah, it
And look
looks,
at that, Sova getting caught out with a Vandal and a short. Lancer looks like they could really
Yeah.
capitalize off that.
And honestly, like I think that that pick was caused by both the mistakes of Sova and their Brimstone. Bomb was left in spawn, which led him late to a short and Sova alone. And understanding that, Sova should not be walking up so close to throw his utility from such a vulnerable position with a Vandal.
yeah, and
See-
we do see the Brim get 2 kills. So now we're stuck in a 2v2. Lambton will get bombed back. And it looks like Lancer Gaming don't really know where to go from here, but they're gonna push towards A short.
It's
See,
the-
I like this play from Lancer, okay? They say, hey, we know where a bomb is, but hey, you know, maybe, you know, we didn't have the gun, we don't exactly still have the gun advantage. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna push A short together, throw it off, you know? Maybe catch them off guard. It just seems like they timinged each other. And here
Yeah.
we have Lambton executing out, taking a...
See, but this is the
30
problem we
seconds
see. The 30 seconds left in the round, and their Sky finally used his first flash.
1v1. If Lancer gets this, that almost just seems like game. You know, see, they made it. Lambton couldn't convert their bonus. It's not looking great.
And that'll be twice in this game where they don't convert. But let's see how this 1v1 goes. Danny's gonna push out. This guy looks to wrap.
So this
Towers here.
is actually second round. This is Lancer Gaming's save, not Lambton's bonus.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So,
And there he goes. So Danny doesn't win those,
Yeah.
and he'll be hearing about that from Luke.
So a really huge damaging round for Lambton Gaming. They lost quite a few Vandals, and it's mistakes like that that lose you the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm speechless, to be honest. I think it was a lot of timings in that round that made it definitely winnable, but it's just I'm still not seeing that out of Lambton, of them using their kits, them using that team comp. It just, I mean, I know, you know, hey, they've got those 2 rounds under their belt, but it's just, in my opinion, it's not looking great.
I just think I'm seeing way too much lazy play from them. Forgetting bomb and spawn as a Brim player. I know our coach has been talking about that to Luke quite often. And Lambton doing the same thing. It caused the timing on the A short push to be too late. So if gets got out alone, should not be using his dart out in the open like that.
But I like this push from Lambton right now. They recognize B is a weaker hold, and they take a dog towards Hookah. They're doing a 2-2 split. Let's see if they capitalize off this take. They have Hookah control now, and they have long control.
Yeah, so we have the Sova solo A short. Let's see if maybe Brim makes a mistake, pushes out, and see if Sova what he can do.
The
with
dog
this.
will see Raze, and it will catch out Kai. And this guy's low on sight, so let's see if Lambton actually takes the site.
Emotional damage opening up the round.
Great
But
flash
Doug-
from Kaz, and he will get his 1.
Kaz looking
Will he
for
get
a
traded
second.
out? And he will. Sova gets his 2 on A. Let's see where Lambton go from this.
We still have a Sova drone. Let's see if it's used. No, they're walking out on side.
Oh, it's gonna be a brawl on this B site, guys.
Luke
And
still
Sova
not
will get
spotted.
sat.
Oh,
Can Luke
does
clutch
miss
this
the
out?
does miss the first shot on Cypher.
Oh, and he'll be traded. Breach Enjoyer on that Brim puts him down, and this is a couple of good rounds from Lambton Gaming, actually. Excuse me. And I really like what they did in this B round. They isolated their fights and they killed both the players, and then they took their time on that A site, right? With the util, the Silver Dart coming out.
I'm starting to see them wake up a little bit. They're cleaning up some of their play. Their calls are a little bit better. This could be a hard match for Lancer Gaming if they don't respond.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
let's see how
definitely.
Lancer Gaming responds. And clearly they haven't responded yet, right? Still the same 2 players on B.
Yeah, and like we spoke about, they seem to be a very mentality-based team. You know, they saw, hey, we have that momentum. Let's see what we can do. And I mean, they're getting shut down pretty hard. So I mean, not to jinx it or anything, but I mean, hey, it may just be in the cards.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that momentum advantage worked in on defense when they were up in gold value, but now that the gold was reset going into the defense rounds, they're starting to lose a lot on these even peaks, and it's kind of they're getting punished by it.
And it looks like Kaz and Kai switched over to Hookah this round. So that was their adaptation, and it turned out right because they do pick up the kills. And while they were pushing up Hookah, Raze and Brim pushed up A short. So Lambton College kind of fell apart, but they're getting their kills back. Luke gets dropped by Buddy with the bomb. So Cypher's on his way back to B with his Brim pushed up into spawn.
I think this is a very tense moment. Cypher not able to find the raise in time. We do have the Rap CT. Kai spotted. Does make it out. And it looks like Brim is aware of Danny coming through spawn.
Yeah, and it looks like Lancer Gaming just isn't aware of the open gaps that they leave.
See, it makes you wonder, how late was that calm from Viper on Lancer Gaming? I mean, that Raze did not seem to, care about that Brim being in CT until, I mean, he was very well on that angle.
Yeah, the comms are definitely questionable here, but you know what? We have to give credit where credit's due. Lambton Gaming taking their time on that B site and playing well.
Yep. I do also think Danny's gonna hear about it in VOD review, because as the rotator, he should be just looking at his map and should understand that Brim could be pushed CT.
Some teabagging and body shooting out of Lambton Gaming.
And you know what? They deserve it. These last few rounds have been great from them.
That is very true. I mean, like I said, it could be in the cards. Lambton Gaming definitely seeming to play to their strengths a lot more. They're slowing it down and they're speeding it up when they can, which is very, very important when you have that double initiator. So, I mean, we'll have to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, util galore, right? So they're not scared of wasting util to take space. And I like the way they're approaching this B site. And I don't like this IGLing from Luke right now because that B site needs another player.
The way things are going right now, we might actually see a game 3.
Let's see what Lancer Gaming can pull out the bag.
Yeah.
It looks like Lambton are actually going to go towards A, and this is where they're stacked towards the Cypher. And yeah, Daniel will pick up a kill.
See, but that was very interesting. I honestly think that was, I mean, that was honestly lacking from Lancer. He was able to walk up A short. I mean, don't get me wrong, he managed to win as one, but I don't. It
was a risky one to give. I agree.
Yeah, it looks like we
Here
might
goes
be seeing
Luke's
some
last
action.
smoke. He uses it towards A short. I think Lambton Gaming kind of took away what was working from them and went to a new site. And I guess they thought Lancer Gaming would adjust, but it almost like backfired to think that way.
Raze messing up her satchels.
Oh, but does
Oh, and
still
she'll get her one.
Finds one.
And the Cypher will pick up Luke on the other end. So great patience again from Lambton Gaming, and looks like they're gonna take this round now as well. The two players pushing showers for Lancer Gaming and Viper. And they end up TPing.
From Lambton.
But that's a great TP in the end, right? Here comes Cypher. He's already stuck in spawn. They're gonna get bombed down, and they have the Brim ult to work with.
Yeah, Bind is a map with very, very quick rotates, and it looks like they successfully baited out the rotate, got TP, and had a full sight.
You could argue Lancer Gaming could have waited for that plant, but you know what? Lambton Gaming played it well. And let's see how this post plant goes. So the Brim is going to play for his ult. They look like they're all going to play for ones. So Cypher takes out his cam.
Knife out
2v1,
on site.
knife out. Looks like Buddy's gonna clean this up, and honestly, Lancer Gaming are falling apart, but all credit to Lambton Gaming because they're stepping it up when it matters.
Yeah, if you want my opinion though, I actually think that round was a little bit sloppy from Lambton Gaming at the beginning. They were really, really loud after like they pushed showers and then they cut noise, but they were really loud before they actually committed to that hit. We had Brim running up short into the cubby and Raze running around, like not shift walking. The ult in was a little bit clumsy, still ended up finding one. So it makes you think, like, even with that sloppiness, it working, it makes you really think what's going on the other side of the map, right? And
you know what? Lancer Gaming's weakness is clearly showing. It's when that Lambton cut that noise and they start working around the map. Lancer Gaming don't know where they're going and they don't get that info for themselves, so they get caught out. We saw it with showers, right? They pinched showers after they cut the noise. So Lambton Gaming looking like the stronger team right now, and they still kept their Brim ult. They have Silva ult going into this round, and Danny actually has his ult on Lancer Gaming's side. So
I think
maybe they took up a play.
But I like this timeout a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I keep talking about the mental. I talked about that how they were going into this. You know, they were up so many rounds. Lancer Gaming was, and they didn't have exactly that much momentum. And that timeout, you know, maybe they could, you know, talk to each other. Hey guys, let's slow down a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
let's reevaluate how we're going about this.
I think it all started with that Skydog. We had Shower smoked and mollied. That Skydog through TP came a little bit early. If we
And
had
I'm
that,
gonna cut you off here because here comes the adjustment. The 3 players towards Hookah.
Four.
With this dog. So let's 4 now. So let's see how they react.
they do break
they
it
just-
early, so it does not have as much information. Let's see if they suss out this 4-stack hookah.
So
But
this
I
is where Lancer Gaming struggle. This mid round right here where Lambton cut noise. Will they figure out a solution to this? And it looks like they're gonna push for some info, but they are ecoed.
See, and I like this a lot. Lancer is really switching up, you know. They seem to almost give up some of that space, you know. And here they not only were contesting the space, they're utilizing it. You know, they're taking it. They're pushing out, and they find the Sova caught out.
And will they know that the Sky lurked up onto that B site? But the fight here is coming from Kaz and Kai
Down A.
towards A short.
Yes, it almost
Looks like that bomb is down once again. So Lambton Gaming keep doing these same mistakes of letting bomb go too early.
It almost looks like this is a Lancer attacking round the way the mid round is played out. We have
But I mean,
4 towards
you
A
gotta
short.
love it. I mean, Lancers really they flipped the switch. You know, they've been letting Lambton do what they've been doing, and Lancer just they've been disrespected it.
Here comes Lambton College. They pick up the kill onto Breach gets 2. Breach Enjoyer gets 2. Brim, pardon me. They will pick up the bomb here, and the ult comes out. So really good retake for Lambton College to get that bomb back.
Do they
Let's see
know
what-
Grim? Grim gets one. Grim
Very
gets
good
two.
timing.
Very good round for
timing on the
Breach
breach.
Enjoyer.
And great shots too. That's a hard shot to hit, and he gets both. That was
Definitely,
you could argue that was sloppy from Lancer Gaming, right? Because the setup from Cypher to lose his body like that, and the unawareness to know that the Sky could have pushed through B. What do you guys think, Lancer Gaming? Now 11-7 after 11-3, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the 4-stack hookah, he should definitely be aware that they could go through long, but 7-11 after a what was it, 11-1 half?
3.
Yep.
11
It was
Wow.
3. Yes.
So now they switch the Cypher towards B, and Breach Enjoyer continuing his good aim onto 2 kills onto Showers.
Lambton looking to execute out of A, but you guys cannot forget Raze lurking through hookah. Let's see what he can make. What he
I
can
is
do with
in
it.
trouble here, going to get stunned by this cabbages. Oh, it's gonna be a
And
very,
will that
very
Sky,
hard round.
the Sky ends up taking CT.
Luke.
And
does
this guy
get
ends up
picked
getting
off.
2. So Lancer Gaming falling apart, but here comes Kai. Can he get this 3v1 to give Lancer Gaming back the momentum?
I
It looks
did
like
make
he's
it-
gonna save.
I like that save a lot. You see, we talked about the momentum. This guy saw, hey, I got 2. I mean, I'm thinking in my head, I'm going for it. You know, I'm going for the clip. He had a decent amount of time, but, you know, he had that mindfulness. He said, you know what, hey, I'm going to save it. We'll give this round up. Let's slow it down. You know, we'll just see where it goes from here. 11-8.
And you know what, guys, Lambton College is doing really well. These rounds are more flawless from them. The util coming out is great. They're flushing out their corners, and they're aiming. They're aiming, right? That's the last 3 rounds. Lancer Gaming have been getting out-aimed.
But I do want to point out Kai is normally a very consistent player. He does not really give in to his ego too much. So I do think that saving there was the right call, and I think that comes from him just being a level-headed player.
Yeah, and you could argue that Kai has some sort of degrading kink, as he always calls himself bad.
That is true. But
Now the
it's
stream
also
knows.
exposed.
Exposed him. Okay, no, that would be something else brought up in VOD review. And here we're seeing a default out of Lambton. See, and if hopefully Lambton just can keep up what they're doing, they don't fall into Lancer's plays. I mean, hey, we can definitely see a game 3. Sky getting caught out though.
And you know, I was about to say that Lancer Gaming is starting to play a little scared. They're not taking that space as much anymore. But the Sky just gave up his life for free in that round.
Yeah, but did she have any util use that round? She just like
I don't think so. I think
I
she
don't
kept
believe so.
contacting. And that kind of, again, Lancer Gaming's weakness played to their strengths almost, because they were giving up so much space for the Sky to roam in, but the Sky kind of got greedy.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, hey, so far this half we've seen a lot of rounds turned around from Lambton. Of
Spike
course, and as soon
down
as I
A.
say that, they go down back into a 3v5.
Yeah.
And
but
here
Breach
we go,
Enjoyer.
Kaz with a very strong peak, but you could argue that's a bad peak from him. He loses showers. Now that A site has a question mark on it.
I think this kind of goes back to Lambton with
30
the
seconds left.
dual initiators. It's like they have so much information at their fingertips. Just they're not using it as much as they were in the previous rounds that were getting them wins.
Absolutely. And here goes 2v4 to win this round out for Lambton. Can they make it 9?
It
Silver's
looks
gonna get caught out. Low time. He picks up a judge, and he's gonna get caught out. So Lancer Gaming win this round. Not as clean as we've seen them in the past, but they're gonna take it regardless. This is gonna put them up to match point.
But Lancer Gaming on very, very low money right now. They do get a couple of guns saved, but a little bit of an overpeak from our Rays.
And it looks like they will be able to buy Danny, and Kaz can buy himself. So they'll have a full gun round. Let's see how
this is a
Lambton reacts.
Very, very mental round. I mean, so far, especially in the chat, we have seen strong mentalities from both teams. But I mean, 8 to 12, Lambton has shown domination, but it makes you wonder, hey, I mean, this is series point right here. I mean, this round right here, and going forward, how do they react to it?
Yeah, let's hope they don't break under the pressure. They were having 7 solid rounds straight, so I almost want to see a game 3 out of them.
And they peek before the dart actually hits, and they're gonna get this Sky ult too.
Or Flash or Dog. Makes you wonder if they're VOD reviewing as well.
They could use a couple lessons with Soaks. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
And it's like Soak's gonna cut ult. So they use their Brim ult to flush out the Viper. They're gonna get this Viper ult down.
And we have a Cypher lurking into A. And I liked that play call a lot from Lambton, you know, showing, hey, maybe we're going to disrespect your Viper ult and then slowing it down. So we'll definitely see how this round progresses.
And
from
you
that,
do
especially with the
see, you
Cypher
do
lurk.
see Lancer Gaming with the with that Brim. There's very weak A.
Owl finding one more. I do like this cut noise. Oh, down 3 members. 1 found back, but
1v4 for
It
Breach
is
Enjoyer.
does
If
spot
a
the
man
hit
could
his
raise.
do it,
shots.
it would be him.
It
Does
would
spot
be
the
him.
raise. He is aware of it, but
Finds one.
good crosshair
Does he know
placement.
that
He
there is
doesn't.
one more on
He's
site?
not aware of Luke, and there
And
we
Luke
go.
will finish it
There
out.
is.
2-0 series for Lancer Gaming. That second game was a little more competitive than the first, but they will take it nonetheless.
I have to give it to Lambton. You know, the comeback, they almost had it. They almost had it in the grasp of their hands.
I don't know about you guys. I was kind of rooting for them at some one point.
Yeah, definitely. Especially Breach Enjoyer. That guy, he's very
Yeah.
good.
He's a very good player, and he kind of lifted my spirits for Lambton. And I'm kind of disappointed to see them go down 0-1 in the Canadian Nationals. But Lancer Gaming, on the other hand, go 1-0 up, and they will see Conestoga on Wednesday. And they have to be confident about their Lotus for sure, but their buy needs